Okay, it's recording. Just gonna show the first. Okay, for guys who just joined today, we're going to be making a zombie game. So if you want to actually make it, you have to open the file I just sent in the chat. So after, if you can open it, and then it should look something like this. Then if you see this screen, just type 1 in the chat so I know you're ready, okay? And then we can move on. Ethan, I know you opened it, and then Justin, I think you opened it as well. Okay. Vincent, Jack, Leo, can you guys say something? I didn't hear you guys. Oh, Vincent, did you say something?
No, but it's
Yeah.
still trying to upgrade itself at the most inconveniable time.
Okay, is Roblox Studio trying to upgrade?
Yeah, but done.
Okay. Okay, so just wait for now, okay? And then it should open. And Jack and Leo, if you guys can open it, then just type 1, okay? I'm going to move on for now, and then after you open it, you should see something like this, okay? All right, so first, yeah, okay, after you guys import the game, so I'm gonna open it myself and then just to show you what it looks like, okay? All right, good. All right, good job, Leo. Nice. So I'm going to open the game. And you guys, yeah, you guys should be able to see it. So I just clicked on it and I'm opening the file as well. And today we are going to be working with this file, with this game. So then you guys can add more things into the game, okay? So I gave you guys like a head start. I helped you guys make some part of the game, but you should be able to make the rest, okay? So this is what, can you guys see my Roblox screen? Can you guys see it? Okay. Nice. So this is what you should be seeing if you open the file, right? So you should see, okay, so let me just give you some preview of what's inside this. Okay, so this is obviously some things I have made myself, and I helped you guys. I downloaded the file, and when you guys opened it, you have what I made, right? So you can see that there are 4 spawn locations. So if you don't remember, this is where the players can be at. So when I press play, then the player will stand on the spawn location, right? This is where they will start the game. So these 4 spots. And then around you can see many mountains. So I made it with just now, I think you have an echo. Yeah, okay. So around you can see these mountains. I made it with the terrain editor. And if you don't remember what that is, I'll help you guys review that later. Okay. So basically I use the terrain editor to make these mountains. You can see these like mountains around here. And in the middle, we have a few Roblox items. So one of them is the medkit. So you guys should see what they do after when you press play, okay? So I'll just help you guys go through what will happen when you press play. So you can press the blue button, and now we're inside the game, okay? So this is what I helped you guys make. Oh, okay. All right, so you can see the zombie running. So this zombie is a zombie I put inside the game, and then it's gonna chase you, okay? The zombie is gonna follow you and chase you. So when you touch it, it's gonna kill you. So when you touch the zombie will do damage to you, and then you actually just die and then respawn, right? But if you step on the green button and you get the gun, and now you can shoot at the zombie and kill it, right? So after you killed it, the zombie is no longer, okay, it did a bit of damage, but it's not going to do too much damage. And then you can shoot at it again. So with the pistol, right? So you can get the pistol by just standing on the square. So when you go stand here and then press 1 or 2, press 1 or 2 on your keyboard, then you can have a pistol, right? And then with a pistol, you can shoot and defeat the zombie. So now the zombie is dead. And then you can see how the zombie respawns here. It will keep coming after me, and then I have to run, right? So now I'm just running. Okay. And then if you want to leave the game, just press stop. And now the zombie is no longer moving because we are out of Roblox and into Roblox Studio, right? Right. Okay. So what happened was the zombie began moving towards me, and then I picked up a gun from here, and then I killed the zombie with the gun, right? With a pistol. All right. But how does it work? Like, how can the zombie move, and what are these, right? Why can't I get these items by just stepping on the different weapons, right? So, okay. So now I'm going to introduce you to some of the things inside the game, right? And you can use these in your own game. And these things are called item givers. It's just a name. You can call it whatever you want, but these different green squares, green circles will actually give you items, and the items will go to your backpack. So then you can use it, right? So there can be guns, you can have like med kits, and which heals you when you press it. And there's gonna be swords, right? So I'll test these out later. And basically they are small squares that you can press to give you that item down here. So you can see there's a pistol and there's a sword, right? So when you press the 1 or 2, or you can click, then you can equip, which basically means you can carry the item and then use it, right? So these are tools. In Roblox, you can use tools to basically give the player something, and so the player can kind of do some action that like he or she can't do without that item, right? And then in the game, the items can be used to kill zombies, or you can use them to heal yourself, right? So you're using the med kit, you can give yourself more health, so then you won't die to the zombie. So I'll show you guys what the med kit does by pressing play. I'm inside the game again, and when I move around, so I'm gonna pick up a med kit this time. So now I have a med kit, and okay, when I'm damaged by the zombie, so I'll get hit a bit more. You see how I'm damaged, and when I press the med kit, you can see that my health, which is right here. So when my health is low, then that means I'm close to getting defeated by the zombie. But now you can see nothing here, which means that I'm full health. And basically that just means you're very healthy, right? And now when I'm green, it means I have a lot of health, but like I'm damaged, right? And when your health runs out, you just die in Roblox, right? That's how it works. And you see when you touch the zombie, oh, it's lagging. You get damaged a little bit, and then when you press the med kit by just clicking, then you get more health by clicking on the med kit, because that's what a med kit does, right? And let's try the sword. So when you have a sword and swing it, then you do damage the zombie because a sword is a weapon, right? So I can kind of rotate and then slash at the zombie, and now the zombie has a lower health, and I can use it to kind of defeat the zombie with the sword. And now the zombie is defeated because it has no more health, and now it's respawning. So when I say respawn, I just mean the zombie comes back, revives, and then with full health, and I have to defeat it again, right? Okay, so this one's the med kit, and to switch around, you can press 1, 2, or 3 down here. So you can click, or you can press 1, 2, or 3. So if you play Roblox before, you'll know how to use it, but if you just press 1, 2, or 3, then you can change different items and then use them, okay? Okay, so let's just stop for now. Vincent, did your Roblox studio finish upgrading, or
Yeah.
is it still loading? Can you open the file?
Oh, I'm already in.
Sorry. Okay. When your Roblox you finish upgrading, then okay, just yeah, open the file if you can. Okay, so now you know what these different things do. Okay. So obviously here's the med kit, the sword, the gun, and then they're different item givers. So they give you items when you step on it, right? Okay, now we're going to the zombie spawner. So as you can see here, here I put a zombie spawner, and like the name, a zombie spawner spawns, which basically means creates a zombie, right? So when I have this zombie spawner here, then it will keep creating a different the same zombie every time, right? So when I press play, then the zombie will appear in the game and start chasing me, right? So these are all done with scripts. You can't really do it without any scripts. For example, the zombie trying to chase you or creating another zombie. So these are all done with scripts. And also like if the sword is gonna do damage. So these are all accomplished with scripts, right? And I'm going to get into how the scripts work later. But just know that this zombie spawner will spawn a zombie when your game starts. And when the zombie dies, then there is another zombie which will appear at the same spot here, right? So you can see this logo and the zombie will appear here when it dies and then come back, okay? And this is a zombie spawner. So now there's only one zombie spawner, right? If you want more, then you can just remember you can click. And now we are at the Explorer. So let's take a look at the Explorer. If you don't have it open, remember you can go to View, and on the left you can see Explorer and Properties. So if you want to open them, you can click it, Properties and Explorer, to open both windows. Okay. And on top, remember Explorer shows you all the different things in your game in the list, right? So they're just basically names. And then when it's going inside, then it means that these different things are inside what's on top of it. If it goes one space inside. So you can see the workspace is on the outer right and then goes in one. And so these selected items will be part of workspace, right? Because it's one space in, and all of these other objects will not be part of the workspace. So in workspace, you can see 3 folders if you use my file, which are called equipment spawners, spawn locations, and zombie spawns, okay? So 3 different files, and if you want to find the zombie spawner, you just have to click on this folder and press on the little arrow on the left. And when you click on it, you can see a model, which is basically many parts together. It's called a model. And you can also have scripts inside models. Basically, it's called a zombie spawn. And if you don't want to find it in the Explorer, you can also just click on this spawner to open it. And you can also see where it is in the workspace, right? So remember that everything you can see on your screen right now is going to be part of the workspace, except like different buttons, but we will get into that later. But if you see anything in your 3D world right here, it's definitely going to be inside your workspace, okay? Which is where everything appeared. So now you can see the zombie spawn, and when I select it, you can see a blue, like a light blue outline around it. And if you want to make more spawns to create more zombies, then all you have to do is copy it, right? So you can go to home, and then on the left, you can see copy, cut, and duplicate, right? So copy makes a copy, but it doesn't really like make it directly go inside the game. So if you want to very quickly make a copy of the zombie spawn, all you have to do is press on duplicate, and then you can create a copy of this zombie, okay? So just go to home, and then press on duplicate. So once you click on it, then you will see that nothing really happens. But this is because the two zombie spawners are at the same place. So they look like there's only one, right? Because if you put two of the same thing at the same place, they look like they're one thing. And if you want to see that it's two things, you can just move it by just dragging it if you want to, by just clicking and dragging, or you can press the move in home, and then you can drag different arrows to move left or right, on front or back, or up and down, right? Okay, so anybody has any questions? I think everyone already opened the file, so yeah, has anybody got questions about how to make a copy of the zombie spawner? Or you can't really find the zombie spawner? Okay. Okay, so after you make a copy of the zombie spawn, now you can move it around inside the map. So we can call this big mountain and the land here a map, right? It's not very big, but we can call it a map. And now I can move the zombie spawner to different places of the map by clicking and dragging is pretty fast, and it's also very easy. So you can just do that. And if you want to make one more, I can press duplicate again. And when you press duplicate, then you make more of the zombie spawn. So I'm gonna put more zombie spawns around the map, right? So now you see zombie spawn here, here, and there's 3 zombie spawns, right? And to count how many there are, go to the Explorer, right? And down here, you can see that after we made copies of the zombie spawn, more zombie spawns appeared here inside the folder. So now you can see 3 zombie spawns, right? And let's make 4, so we can copy it again with duplicate on top. And we can drag it to here. And you can drag it to wherever you want, but so now we have 4 zombie spawns, and let's see what happens when we press the play button, the blue triangle, and let's see what will happen inside the game. Okay, so now when we go inside the game, you can see that there are 4 zombies coming towards our direction, right? You can see 4, and I'm just gonna grab my gun and try to kill them. So now you can see 4 zombies, right? So 1, 2, 3, and I just defeated one, and now it's coming back from where it started. So you can see many zombies here. Okay. So you see how the zombies just jumped off where they spawn. So let's see if let's kill this zombie, and now it's gonna maybe appear here. Yeah. Okay, so the zombies, after they die, they will go to where they started, so around here, right? So they will just jump off here and come chasing me. So I'll just, yeah. So now this is a very simple game, right? So you're just trying to defeat zombies and try to run and survive, but it's now like a bit too easy, right? And maybe like a bit too boring. So we'll try fixing that later, but now let's try to see why the zombies can, when they die, they will respawn, right? So let's see why they can do that. Okay. All right, so this is basically zombie spawner. Okay. And also remember that there's a difference between a Roblox part and a humanoid, right? So a humanoid is basically, you can think of it like a living object, like an object that can move around, and you can move to somewhere here. You can have animations, you can have tools. So that's basically a humanoid. It's like a human, but it moves like a human, but it doesn't have to be a human. It can be like a zombie, it can be a robot, right? It can be like maybe an animal as well, a monster. So basically it's something that is living, but yeah, it can also move, but it doesn't have to be human. Of course, it can be a human, right? So let's see. Okay. So let's show you what a humanoid looks like in the game, okay? So now you see the spawner, right? That's the zombie spawner, and it's a model. So we can see the model in the Explorer. It's has like 3 different cubes, and basically that means it's the icon for a model. And when you open it, you can see another model, right? So you can just open this one. And when you go more and more inside, you'll know that you're going inside another object, right? So you can see how model is part of zombie spawn, and the zombie is part of the model, right? So basically, you can see how it highlights in blue. So when I click on zombie, it's now only the zombie and not the bottom part. And that's because the spawn location and the zombie are 2 different parts now, right? So this model has the zombie and the spawn location. But if I only click on the zombie, then the spawn location is no longer blue. It has no this outline, right? And this is because I'm no longer selecting the spawn location. I'm only selecting the zombie. So now when I move it, I'm only moving the zombie, right? Because the spawn location is not part of the zombie. So when I open zombie, then you can see a bunch of different stuff, right? So you guys should be able to see here. I'm going to move it a bit here. So let me see. Okay. So now you see a lot of different stuff. You can see something called body colors. You can see body color. Okay. You can see body colors, you can see AI, you can see anime, and you can see humanoid here, right? So what do these different things all mean? So let's look at a simple one, body color. Body color just means that it's what gives the human, like this zombie, its color, right? So you can, when you click on this, then you can change the color of the zombie. So now you can see that the head color, which is obviously, okay, so let's look at the left arm color first. So you can see the left arm should be this one, I think. And now you can see that it's green, right? It's got green color, and if you want to change it, you can just click on the icon here. And when you click on it, you can change the color of the zombie's left arm, right? So if I want to change it to red, I can just click on the red button. And now you can see that the left arm is really red, right? So I can change the right arm to red as well by just clicking on this icon. And now you can have many colors to choose from. So I'm gonna try changing the head. Okay, so yeah, I can change the head color. So let's change the head color to red. And now we can see that we have a very red zombie, right? So this is how you can change the color of the zombie. And now the AI is basically just it's a very advanced thing. You don't have to know what it means, but basically it helps the zombie move better. So for example, if you have one straight line, so if you have one straight line and let's say it's blocked by this mouse. So let's say object is trying to move from here, left side to the right side, right? But if you don't have, so if you just move very simply, like go directly to the right side, then it will bump into the mouse, right? So I'll kind of show you guys what it means in real game. So let's make a part here and let's try to make it bigger, right? Okay. So let's say the zombie is trying to move to here, okay? Trying to move to here. I'm gonna put a spawn location here. Let's say the zombie is trying to move to the spawn location, but if you just directly go to the zombie, like go in a straight line, right? Then the zombie will bump into this part, right? It will bump into this part. But if you're smart, if you know how to just go around the part, right? So the zombie can go around the part to go to where you are, but if the zombie is very dumb, it doesn't have what's called a pathfind, then the zombie will jump like directly walk into the part and it can't really move, right? So let's you can try it in game, but basically you can see if the zombie can go around the part by just putting some like block around its like path, and then it should be able to go around it to chase you and not just bump into the part, right? So that's why it's called pathfind. It finds how to go to another place very smartly. It can go around and not just bump right into the part, right? Okay. And then the anime, it's a script. Basically, it gives the Roblox, I mean the zombie animations. So now the zombie can like have like these walk animations, and it can like jump and do things like that. So the humanoid is basically what I just talked about. It's like it's what makes the zombie have like different animations, and it helps the zombie move. So if you have something with a humanoid, so it's right here, then you can do so much more with the zombie, because now with the humanoid, the game thinks that the zombie is like a living thing, right? So when you have a humanoid in a model, the game thinks that the zombie is a living thing, and the zombie can now like move around if you wanted to in the script. So that's what a humanoid can do. And you can also change many things. So if you go down, if you press humanoid and you go down, then you can change many things like how fast the zombie is going to walk, or how many health the zombie has, or how tall it is, right? So there's many things you can change, and you can even change its name. So let's say I don't want the zombie's name to appear, then I can just like do this, and now there's no longer a name here, right? So yeah, that's basically you don't really have to know, but basically that's what humanoid can help you do for an object. So it makes the object kind of like living, right? Helps it move and do different things. Okay, so that's basically humanoid. And if you kill the zombie will respawn, and we will go into that script very soon so you know why the zombie respawns. And it's also made with scripts, like you can see here. You can see the pathfind, you can see the animate. These are all scripts. So if you double click it twice, and in here you can see a very, very long code, right? Let me just enlarge it a bit. You can see a very long code, and this code is written by Roblox. So Roblox wrote the script, and it helps the zombie and also your character move with animations. So without this script, then the zombie can't really move with animations, and it will just like kind of walk like this, like it will have no animations like this, right? So let's delete the other three zombie spawn. See which one. Okay, and then we can do something with this one. Let's delete the part as well. So yeah, so now I just deleted the other zombie spawns because I only want there to be one zombie. Okay. Let's go to the next part. Do you guys have any questions about humanoid and what it does? So you don't really have to know exactly how to use it, but just know that a humanoid is used to give something like something similar to a life to inside Roblox, right? It doesn't really make it life, but it gives the object a lot more freedom. It can like move around and do many things. So that's what humanoid does, okay? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. All right, so now, okay, you can try changing the zombie's color if you can right now. I'll give you guys a few seconds to see if you can find body color. All you have to do is keep opening or keep clicking on the arrow from the zombie spawn, and you should be able to see the body color, right? And with the body color, you can now change the colors of the zombie by just changing the value here. Okay. Yeah, after you change the color, you can press play and you can see that the zombie's color is changed, right? So now you see a red zombie coming towards you, and yeah. So now it's red. Okay. Okay, now let's talk a bit more about the respawn, like the spawn script for the zombie. Okay. So first of all, we need to know what functions are. So what are functions? Basically, if you functions are what allows you to do something. So one function is like one action. For example, if you want to jump, right? If you want to run, if you want to place a part, if you want to delete something, it's what we call functions. So functions is doing like one thing and you can call it repeatedly. So I can jump 5 times, right? So I can call jump, 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 and then I'll jump 5 times and it's doing the same thing 5 times, right? So why do you use functions? Well, you can see a function here, and basically it's just something, a piece of code inside another thing with 2 quotation marks. And you can also see the function keyword here. Basically, well, for one, it makes the code easier to use. So like if you want to use this function, like if you want something to jump 5 times, and you can just write jump, 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 or you can use a loop and put jump inside it. You don't really have to write a bunch of code at the same time, like many times, right? So it basically makes your code easier to work with. And it's also like, it also looks better because it's no longer that long, right? So that's what functions can be good for. Yeah, examples can be creating a part, deleting a part, when you shoot a bullet, when you spawn a zombie, they are all functions, right? And it's used with quotation marks, with 2 quotations like this. And when you see something like that, like for example, you can see it here, you can see the function hello world, right? You can see take damage here. So it's used with so if you want to call it, then you can use the colon, but you'll see it later inside one of the spawn scripts. Basically, it's used to do something, like for example, delete something or clone something, which is to make a copy of the same thing. So you don't really have to know like many like hard things about functions because you guys are starting with coding, but just know that when you see something with a semicolon, I mean a colon, when you see something with a colon and quotation marks and a blue thing in between, like clone, that sounds like it's an action, then it's a function, okay? And when you use a function, then the script will, or the computer will do something for you, like cloning a zombie or waiting. A waiting can also be a function. I mean, it is a function. For example, wait 1 second means to not let the code run for 1 second. So just stay there for 1 second or wait 3 seconds or something like that, right? So you can see the clone is a function. Here make joints is a function, wait is a function, and then remove is a function, right? So you can see the blue, and then wait, you can just use it. Very it isn't blue, but it's also a function. Okay. When you see the quotation marks, it's basically most of the time it's a function. And let's see if we can find that script inside zombie spawn. So if you want to find a script but you don't want to open Roblox Studio, I mean all of these different models, then you can just type respawn. So just type respawn inside the search here in Explorer, and you should see the respawn script down here. And when you double click it, you can see this code. Okay. So can everybody open this code right now? So if you can, just open this code. I'll give you guys a few seconds to open the code. Do you guys open the code? Ethan, Vincent? Okay. Nice. Just try opening the code and let me enlarge it. So now you can see this is what helps the like the zombie respawn, right? So let's say you want to just delete all of it. If you just delete it, so I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to make them green. So if you want to make them green, which basically means that it will no longer run. So it's kind of like a annotation or like just something that the computer can't see. But if it's green, then it just means that the computer no longer sees it, right? The server no longer sees it. And let's see what happens when I make them all green. And now when I press play, and now the zombie, so you can see that one zombie comes towards me, right? It's almost the same thing. But if I try killing it, but now just wait a little bit. But now you can see how the zombie doesn't come back like it used to. So remember when the first time I tried it, I defeated a zombie, but the zombie reappeared or was created again here, right? But now when I kill the zombie, there's nothing here anymore. So if I just try jumping on it, nothing's here. And that's because this script, so let me just remove the green. This script is what helps you create the zombie again and again. So first, remember last class, we have an infinite loop. So this is an infinite loop. And then inside the infinite loop, we have a 1 second wait. And this is because we don't want the script to do it too quickly. So we let it wait 1 second before it runs again. And it sees that every time the zombie is dead. So if the zombie is dead, so if the zombie is defeated or it's dead, it has no more health, then we wait 3 seconds and then we make another zombie. So you can think of the script. You don't really know how to, you don't have to know how to write the script, but just know that first we have an infinite loop. So it will run forever, right? And then we wait 1 second and then we see if the zombie is dead. And if the zombie is dead, then we wait 3 seconds and we make another zombie, right? And these are basically just like other things you don't have to worry about. But just know that what this script does is that it just makes something run forever, right? So if I keep killing the zombie will keep respawning. It's going to go on forever, right? And every time it waits 3 seconds before it makes another zombie, right? But this is only if the zombie is dead. So if the zombie is not dead, so what happens when a zombie is not dead? So if zombie is not dead, nothing happens. right? And this is an if then. If you use Scratch, then you should know that like basically if just means if something happens, then the things inside it will run. And if there's if this is not true, so if the zombie is not dead, then nothing will happen, right? I'm trying to keep it simple, so you don't have to know how to write the script, but basically the script means that it will keep respawning the zombie. So this is what this script will do, right? That's why it's called respawn, right? And now if we try playing, then you can see that when I kill the zombie will respawn this time instead of just not moving, right? Instead of like just not having anything happen. So let's try killing the zombie again. All right, I defeated a zombie and let's wait 1, 2, 3, and now you can see the zombie came back, right? So oh, I'm dead. I'm just respawning. So now you can see the zombies back here again. Let's try defeating it again. And 1, 2, 3, the zombie is back, right? If I defeat it again, then wait 3 seconds and the zombie is back. So it's going to go on like this forever. It's never going to stop. So if I just keep on shooting, so the zombie is dead and it comes back forever, right? It goes on forever and forever because we made a loop infinite. Okay. So this is how it works, right? So basically this is a spawn script for the zombie. You can try changing something like waiting longer. You can change a 3 to a 10, or you can try like changing this loop into something that will not run forever. So maybe the zombie only spawns 3 times. You can write it with a for loop. Maybe I'll teach you guys later, but you don't have to worry about it now. Okay. So basically this is spawn script. Do you guys have any questions about the script? Like anything that goes on inside this script? If there are keywords you don't know, like clone, then it's okay. Clone just means you make another copy of the same robot, right? I mean, yeah, it's robot here, but it should be zombie. So it's just a variable. So basically, this is what the script does. Yeah. Okay. If you guys don't have any questions, then we can move on. Okay. So this is the final part of this game. Remember when I said that the game like really isn't that fun, right? You have a few zombies chasing you and it's not really that fun. So how do we make the game more fun? Okay, let's say it's your game. How would you change it, right? You can make it more fun by like thinking of when you're playing a game, what makes you more entertained, right? So for me, I would say that I want more types of weapons, right? So I don't just want maybe a sword and a pistol. Maybe I want like machine guns or different swords, right? So let's try that inside the game and let's see if we can put more weapons inside by making one more of the item giver, right? So the way you can do it is by going to toolbox in home, or you can click in view, but you want to open the toolbox, right? So maybe a few seconds. So click on this icon in home. Basically, it's toolbox. And in lesson 3, I taught you guys how to get things from the toolbox, right? Wait, it's lagging. Oh, it's kind of lagging a bit. I'm not sure why. Okay, just try opening the toolbox right now. Let me see if I can open the toolbox. Okay, I'll try restarting Roblox to see if it works. Okay. All right. So basically, you can put more like different type of weapons inside the game, right? Or you can make it harder. So I'll also teach you guys how to remember when I said you can make the zombie have more health. Zombies have more health, right? So when they have more health, they are harder to defeat, and that makes it the game harder. And when the game is harder, the players will like it because it's a challenge. Everybody likes challenges. And also you can make a better map by using the terrain editor and things in the toolbox, right? So okay, so this is thing we were in, and on the left, you should be able to see the toolbox. Once you click on it, you should be able to see something like this here, right? With okay, I don't know what's going on with toolbox. Yeah, I think toolbox is a bit lagging today. Maybe we can try okay, I'll teach you guys how to use the terrain editor first. So let's go to terrain editor by clicking on the editor. It's right next to the toolbox. Basically, when you click it, it should have something like this. And when you press edit, so I taught this in lesson 3. If you're not here, you just go to editor. It's like, yeah, it's next to toolbox when you go to home, right? It has the mountain logo with little pen. And remember that these different type of things, and you can change how the land is, right? So by changing the land, it makes the gun, makes the game look better, and players will think it's more fun. So right now you can see the ground is all rock, right? It's like really boring. So we can change that by going to paint. So you should go to edit first and then press paint. So after you press paint, you should see small square. Oh, it's really laggy. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? It's really laggy for some reason. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Roblox. All right, so now you can kind of see like a blue like circle, right? And then when you click it, so you can select a material. So maybe you can use a brick, or you can use any material you want. So I'm gonna do grass. And then when I click, yeah, it's pretty laggy. So when I click like this, then you can see that the land has become grass. So it's really laggy for me, but you should be able to move the blue square. And then when you move it and click it, then there should be some grass appearing around here. And so this is paint. So remember, go to editor and go to paint. And down here, you can try selecting a cylinder or a cube, right? And then you can change the size here. And you can try, when you click it, then a lot of different places will become grass. Or when you want different materials, then it will change into different materials, right? So like this, and then I'm gonna add a bit more grass, like this. And now you can see that a lot of the map has become grass, right? So now when you press play, let's try closing this. You can see that this part of the map is now grass, and it actually looks a lot better than when we only had rock, right? So now it looks a bit better, and I can try defeating this zombie. And now the map looks much better because we have this really cool grass here. And then now we have the toolbox. Oh, it's gone. Okay. So if you guys can open the toolbox, then you can also drag some different items into the game and not just the same weapons, right? Okay, just try working with terrain editor and make the game look a bit better. And remember, I use paint, but you can use different things like grow. So with grow, basically like you can make something grow taller. Like if I want to grow a grass hill, I can make the size a bit bigger by dragging the base size here. And when I hold to something, when I hold, you don't want to click, you want to hold, then you can grow some hills, which will make your game look a bit better and not just like completely flat, right? So now you can see a few hills growing here, right? And I can grow some more hills here, right? And maybe not just hills, you can also make something go down. So if you press erode, then basically just makes everything go down, right? Erode means like going down. So now I can make this part a bit lower. So now you see that your game has a lot of hills and now it's looks a bit better, right? So maybe I can grow a bit more hills here to make the game look a bit better. All right. So now when I press play, you can see that I can now go up and there's like different mountains here now. So it's not just flat and boring, right? You can see the zombie chasing me around the hill and I can jump around the grass hill, right? It's not like completely boring and actually looks pretty cool. So now I can have more diverse landscape, which will make the players think the game's more fun, right? I can still get the items. Now they're like kind of floating, but you can still get it. So defeat the zombie. All right, now that we have the toolbox here, let me see if I can do something with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna try opening things in here because I can't really open it without in the Roblox Studio. So now in the toolbox, you can just click on, maybe I can drag a car inside the game, see if it works. All right. Oh, yeah, I don't think it works inside Roblox. So maybe I can drag a car in. Okay. So now a car spawned in, and you maybe can create some cars for the player. I can't really use the car. Basically, you can use the toolbox to do anything you want. Let's. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Roblox. Okay. All right. So basically, you can use the toolbox to create more items, or like I just used the terrain editor to make some grass, like around here. So now it's not just like a piece of like rock for the ground, and now you have more grass hills, right? So that's basically what you can do, have more types of weapons, harder gameplay, and a better looking map. Okay, the final thing, let's try to change the health of the zombie to make it harder to kill, okay? So to find the zombie, you can do a very simple thing, just type humanoid inside the Explorer, and this will now you don't really have to open all of this, and the Explorer will help you find the humanoid inside the zombie. So when you click on the humanoid, and you can see that it's right here inside the zombie, right? Like I just showed you. And if you scroll down inside the humanoid, you'll see a lot of different options you can change. So first, I'm going to make it move a bit slower. So I'll change its walk speed, which is basically how fast it's moving, to around maybe 10. And then now its health, I'll make it much higher. So I'll make it around 600. Okay, the reason I can't change it is because you have to change the max health first. So the max health is how much the zombie can have at most. So it's the highest amount of health the zombie can have. And I'm gonna change the max health to around 600. And now I can change the health to 600. 600. So I change these two numbers to 600 and I change the walk speed to 10, right? So so that now that when we try playing the game, see what happens. So remember the zombie was moving pretty fast, right? But it was actually like pretty easy to kill. But now when I shoot at a zombie, you can see that the zombie has much more health. I shot like 7 bullets, but now the zombie is not even past half health, right? So I have to shoot it more. And you can see the zombie has way more health than last time. And that's because I changed the health option inside humanoid. So you can see that I have to shoot a long time for a zombie to be killed. And I can shoot a bit more. And now it's finally defeated, right? So that's basically how you can change around inside the game to make the game more fun. And I'll leave it to you guys to do more things with this game. And okay, I still can't open toolbox for some reason, but you can put some trees inside if you want. Like maybe you can put some trees. You can put some cars. You can put more weapons if you want, and try seeing how it will look inside the game, right? And yeah, that's basically it for today. Do you guys have any questions about the game we had today? All right, so yeah, I want to talk about the homework. So yeah, you can decorate with toolbox or terrain editor. Okay, so for homework this lesson, first, you guys can finish building the map for the game. So remember, you guys all had the file, right, from the chat, and now the map isn't looking too good. So you guys can add some trees maybe, or some buildings, or you guys can add like different cars or some roads maybe, or you guys can add more zombies if you want, right? You can also make the mountains look cooler by going to terrain editor, and you can do so much more with it. So first, I wish you guys can finish building the map, add some trees, rocks, plants, add some buildings. And for challenge, I wish you guys can add more weapons, right? So I didn't really show you how you can add weapons inside toolbox, but try searching like gun or sword. So, and then drag them in from the toolbox and see how they look and if they can work inside the game, right? So for a challenge, try adding more weapons into the game and try to make the game more fun, okay? So yeah, basically this lesson we made a zombie game, and now you know how to kind of change the zombie settings, maybe make more zombies, less zombies, how to give the zombie more health. So this is what you learned today, okay? If you don't have any questions, you can leave now and see you next week, okay? Okay. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Why? Bye bye.
Bye.